Let's bring in Seth Kaplan, managing partner and editor of Airline Weekly. Seth, good to have you back. Phil just pointed out that profits are up, oil prices are down, jet fuel costs are lower, but complaints and happiness is way down. Is there a correlation between airlines making more money and passengers liking them less?
Not necessarily. There are airlines, if you look at one like Delta, has done a pretty good job of turning around not only its profits, but also its operations. But a lot of it, just comes down to that comment we heard about the middle seat. You know, you can survey people about the same flight, ask them their experience, and just whether they were in a middle seat or in an aisle seat and with nobody next to them in the middle, or if there was somebody there, really colors their perceptions. And so things like that, as well as things like weather. You know, last year, an awful winter. This year, another awful winter. You could bet the 2015 ratings aren't going to look so good. If next winter is more mild, all of a sudden 2016, those very same airlines will magically look more reliable.
Customer satisfaction, Phil, it's not, problems aren't just unique to the airline business. I think of dealing with one's insurance carrier. But airlines are right up there. Have they gotten worse?
Well, the volume of complaints has increased. Now, you could make an argument that relative to the number of people who are flying, because more people are flying, that we haven't seen a huge spike here. But the bottom line is this, Tyler. People are frustrated because they have a perception of what they expect when they're flying, and often the consumer expectations are unrealistic. What they should be is, can I get from point A to point B with a courteous staff and things are on time? If they are, generally speaking, you've come out ahead. If you go into this expecting that it's going to be a magical experience like you had maybe 20, 30 years ago, you're crazy. That's not going to happen when you're flying these days.
I think you're right about that, Phil. And Seth, I'd like to get your thought on that. I think people remember the way they think it was. Whether it really was or not is a whole other matter. But one of the other things that Phil said a moment ago, Seth, is that it's just not going to get better. Why not?
Well, yeah, partly as flights are fuller. Again, that matters a lot. You know, there was a time not too many years ago when the seat next to you was probably empty, maybe the one next to that. And, you know, somebody in economy who could stretch across 3 seats had a very different impression. But, you know, some of the airlines, I mentioned Delta a minute ago. You look at an airline like United, which was an operational mess a couple of years ago, has been making some investments and turning itself around. Again, you know, you can't control the fact that with fuller flights, people are just not going to be as comfortable. But airlines have at least realized, with that Delta example especially, that messy operations are expensive. So it's not that they're trying to, you know, make the operation smoother just out of the goodness of their hearts. It's that when you invest in technology that helps you people get there on time, that helps you not lose bags, that too does save money. You know, several years ago, they were all just trying to get through the day. They didn't have money to make those investments. Now some of them do, and hopefully as time goes on, that will pay off for us.
We got to leave it there, guys. Thanks very much, Phil and Seth. We appreciate it.